Welcome back. Today we will be visiting Loudoun Castle in Galston, Ayrshire. I personally had the opportunity to work here for a summer some 20 years ago. The gates were closed on our arrival, but one of the perks of having worked here is I know all the shortcuts. I'll try avoid any security, as I've heard they are not the most friendly with visitors to the castle and grounds. On this walk-in, I couldn't help but remember when the park was at its peak.
Loudoun Castle is now one of the best family theme parks in Scotland, with new rides, new entertainment and a new Pirates Cove.
Aha, me hearties and shiver my timber!
Call now for more information or visit our new website.
Just past where the entrance once stood, I got my first glimpse of the castle. As I walked along the car park, I saw I wasn't the only visitor. This is how the park looked around the year 2000. Of course, no video about Loudoun Castle would be complete without mentioning the tragic death of 18-year-old ride operator Mark Blackwood on July 15, 2007. This happened around this area on a ride called The Rat. When one of the carriages got stuck, Mark climbed up to try to free it, but tragically fell to his death. This ride came to the park after I had left, so I never had any experience with it. I do know from my own personal experience that another ride in the same area, known as the Wild Mouse, used to suffer from the same problem with some cars getting stuck. As the ride used a chain to propel the cars at the start, the chain would then pull the cars up the hill. Once the car left the hill, gravity would, or should make the carriage make it to the end of the track unaided. Unfortunately, as it was a two-car ride, if one car got stuck, the other cart would come round and potentially smash into the first cart that was stuck. I know in my time at the park, there were staff members who had to climb up to free a car while the second cart was on its way around, potentially avoided a collision, but risking their own health and safety. Of course, I didn't work there at the same time, as Mark so couldn't comment on his incident. Although if it was an issue in roughly 2002, when I worked there then, seems a really big coincide that the same thing was still happening 5 years later on a ride in nearly the exact same location. Coincidence or negligence would be my question. Back when the park was at its peak, the walled section was the epicenter of the whole park. On the left of the walled section on the outside of the wall was where the drop zone was situated. This was newly added in 2000. The large white and glass building to the left was the customer cafeteria, with an indoor seating area. Up in the back left corner, we had the swing-around ride. As you travel along the back wall, you had the pitch and putt course. Then in the back right, you had the chair swings. Next up is the space situated where the wacky worm once stood. more a ride catering for kids. Next up is where the helter-skelter once stood, up to the right as you entered the walled section. Then in the center of the park was Europe's largest carousel. This is all that remains of it today. Whoever operated the carousel also controlled the music for the whole park. This area was personally my favorite place to go. The staff canteen. You could eat like a king all week and they would take your totals straight from your wages. Great idea until you see your payslip. In my time working here at the bottom of the park, we had the petting zoo and the log flume. After I had left, they added this chair swing. Down from the customer cafeteria, we had the Hellraiser waltzers. Along the bottom wall, we had the dodgems with the ghost train sitting alongside it. You can still see what remains of some of the stalls. Loudoun Castle theme park closed permanently in 2010 due to a combination of declining visitor numbers and financial issues, exacerbated by the tragic fatal accident in 2007. In the years since closing, the park has operated a drive-in cinema and held Retrofest in 2009 as well, where such superstars as Gloria Gaynor, Rick Astley, and Midge Ure performed. Don't forget to like and subscribe.